Hey guys, it's Sandra. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, this one's a really interesting one. Welcome if you're new here. I'm Andrea. I talk about the NDIS, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, and talk about disability and other related topics from lived experience. This is a conversation I didn't expect to ever need to have with a support worker. So I live with several disabilities, being ADHD, brain trauma, and movement issues. I also live with several chronic health conditions, one being ADHD, Sjogren's syndrome, and epilepsy, that all contribute to making me, in the evenings, very tired and very fatigued. So now that you've set the scene, let's dive into it. So I'm asking for help to simply microwave a dinner. Microwave dinner. Sounds easy, right? And I explained to the support worker that I was tired and dizzy. I could do it for myself. I just needed some supervision to do it. I live downstairs in my facility. And this support worker said to me, "What have you done about the dizziness?" I explained to her that the tablets I'm on are experimental. They're fit for human trial, that all I can do is manage and ask for support. Okay. She's on again the next night. "Have you done anything about the dizziness? You're always dizzy this time of day." I'm thinking, okay, I thought we had this conversation a couple of days ago. And then I said to her, "No, it's part of the epilepsy, it's part of the Sjogren's syndrome. They're part of the chronic illnesses." That's when it hit me. She said, "Oh, what's chronic illness?" I'm thinking mentally to myself, you are a support worker and do not understand a chronic illness. So guys, for those who don't know what a chronic illness is, chronic is long-lasting or lifetime. Put simply, in a short period of time, it's not going to go away. So there have been times when dizziness for me has been an ear infection. I have had that checked out. However, my tablets, the epilepsy, the Sjogren's syndrome, and the heat all contribute to dizziness. And it just blew my mind that I had to explain the concept of a chronic illness and the bottom line that this illness will not go away. That literally I had to ask her to simply to do her job. I won't mention who it is or which agency she's with, because since then she has actually gone out of her way to educate herself on chronic illness and disability, and in particular the ones I live with. We've had some really interesting discussions since then. But it just is really interesting to me that a lot of support workers seem to think, because they've got their Certificate 3 in disability, they know everything there is to know about disability. And this leads to a lot of contempt. And this comes back to the systemic undertraining of support workers. Had a morning out with a friend, helped her to get on track and on top of her cleaning. She was really overwhelmed with it, to be honest, guys. She is ARN. And having a bit of a tough time at work. And she said, I asked her, would she ever come over and do support, because a lot of RNs end up coming over and doing support, because if they're able to choose their clients, it can be a lot less stress and quite rewarding. She was saying, no, it's actually the support workers themselves that have ruined it for her, which was such a sad thing to hear, that it's the support workers who are ruining the industry for themselves. And this is not the first instance I've had with a support worker telling me that I was wrong. So I'm going to contrast that outcome of her educating herself, taking the opportunity to be educated, with another support worker who takes me out for community access, who did not understand why we need to speak up about what is happening to Dr. Jordan Peterson, why it is so dangerous that this was happening to Dr. Jordan Peterson. She is young, I will admit that. But when I tried to explain to her the precedent in history, why we have the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, how the UN was formed after the Second World War, and that enshrined in that is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of expression. She didn't see anything wrong with trying to silence someone criticising government. Let me say that again. She did not see anything wrong with silencing someone criticising a government. She also then proceeded to tell me all of the reasons she was wrong. I was wrong. Why I was wrong. Not her, why I was wrong. And this really made me angry because it escalated me. And when I am escalated, I will prove you wrong. I had done a week's worth of research for that video. I had actually stumped a librarian at my state librarian to find the quote at the end. I had done my homework, in other words. This support worker did not understand why sending someone to a re-education facility at their own cost, with their no defined timeline, with their no defined goals, was so dangerous. This person had never studied history, was young, but never studied history, doesn't question what she sees in the media. And it just blew my mind that she could be this essentially disrespectful to a client. She missed a massive learning opportunity to learn from a client. I'm actually significantly older than this support worker. And this goes back to the systemic undertraining of support workers in respectful and culturally appropriate communication. She essentially was forcing her worldview down my throat, which I don't find acceptable, guys. I stood up to her. I now no longer will work with her, but the fact that she didn't understand or even take the opportunity to listen to my points of view, she just wanted to shut me down because I was being difficult. Who was really being difficult in this situation? Was it the client or the support worker not listening? So guys, I'm going to leave that one up to you. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.